First I'll just say certainly disappointed. I told our team anytime you don't play like you're capable of playing, it's always disappointing, especially when you can't get a win. Just got outplayed, out coached. Today it all starts with me. I just really frustrated offensively. And I don't know. We've started so poorly in games. Had some really good opportunities for a series or two to make plays, and for whatever reason we can't, and we turn it over, and it just kind of seems like we're always behind the eight ball, trying to figure out, and I think it affects our confidence a little bit. And right now I just kind of feel like we're kind of the master of nothing on offense. We're just not very good at anything out right now. I think we can hang our hat on, or not very consistent. I think we played pretty solid defensively. And I think at the end of the day, you give Chattanooga credit. They did what they had to do to win the football game. And we certainly had plenty of opportunities to score points. And at the end of the day, offensively, you got to score points. And we're playing well enough defense to win games. And we certainly got to do a better job. With that, any questions?
Coach, the running the ball today obviously had 49 yards, I think, rushing as a team. Obviously, you've had offensive issues off and on this year consistently being the main thing, but you still been able to manage to run the ball better than that. What was the key today for not being able to run the ball effectively?
You know what, Scott, it's kind of a weird game. We just started. I think we ran a boot the first play of the game. Guy's wide open. Don't make a very good throw. He gets tipped. The other guy should have caught it. He doesn't. Like I said, there's just so many plays in there where we fumble a handoff on a belly play, a basic little belly play that's going to be a really good play, and you just feel like you're always behind the eight ball. Obviously, I think probably we have too much in because we can't focus on anything. We'll go back and watch it. Like I said, I don't, obviously, again, give them credit. I don't think we saw a lot different than maybe what we had prepared for. But right now, I just don't feel like we've lost a lot of confidence and just don't know what we're confident in. I think probably we're practicing a lot of stuff that we aren't running, which probably tells me we've got too much stuff in. And again, that goes back to me because I'm in most of those meetings. So, I don't, we've actually run the ball okay up until today. Not probably where I'd like to be it, but again, it's just trying to decide who we are, what we're going to do, and like I said, I don't know. I'm frustrated as I can be with it, and shoot, it's let's come back to work and we'll look at it and we'll figure out something that we can do. And I think our kids are playing hard. I really do. And I think, we just, we laughed this week. We kind of had a saying offensively. We stand in that meeting a lot. And you say, that should have been a good play. But we can't. Well, it's not if we can't execute it. If one guy's not, that's what's a little bit different on offense. One guy can be the guy that's going to cost you. And that's just, again, kind of where we are. Started second half well, and then had a couple of times had pretty good field position and couldn't do anything with it. We just feel like if we take a shot, it's like, okay, what do we do next? When it's 2nd and 10. But I have to go back and look at it.
To that point, Coach, this is the first spring you've obviously encountered, and maybe this isn't a fair question, but the execution rate where you might be in the right play call, but the execution may not be there. Do you feel like now, having gone through a little bit of the spring, that it might be different for everyone, obviously, in the fall?
Well, that's a good point. I look at the numbers offensively in our league, and I think really one team had a veteran quarterback coming back, and that's VMI, and everybody else, look at the numbers statistically across there. And again, statistics, you make them look however, but there've been a lot of teams struggling offensively. We've been one of them. And again, I think we have some talent. Certainly the scheme can be better, can always be better, can be narrowed down. But at the end of the day, it's just the ability to go out and execute what we're doing and, throw and catch, throw it to the right guy, protect, be firm at the point of attack. And again, I don't know, maybe I just, the thing that comes to my mind right off is just we got too much stuff in and we can't. We got to figure out what we can be good at. And again, I think we got good players. Again, our kids they're trying hard. Now we make some, we ran a power play in the first 4 plays and we had a total bust at the point of attack, and just that kind of stuff's kind of incomprehensible to, but how we could do that, but it happens. But it is largely an execution problem, and certainly we could have some different stuff in that we could maybe have a chance to execute. But right now we're just not doing it. And again, I give them credit. Last thing I'll say is they did a good job. I knew they had a good defense. I told our team it's clearly the best team we'd played talent wise, all of that. I don't think they did a whole lot different than what we thought. We just and then we probably don't respond very well when we don't have some success. And again, it all comes back to me.
Coach, as bad as things went today, you had chances. I thought on the 2-point conversion, it seemed like things were kind of rushed, and obviously you needed those timeouts later on. Do you regret not calling timeout there?
Well, I was about ready to, but we got the play call. I was a little frustrated there, Scott. Obviously, we'd already decided. I'd already told them, when the score got like it did, which, again, we get an extra point block, which created all of this. And, if we don't get the extra point block, we kick an extra point there, which is just, just can't happen. And basically that's 2 extra points this year that have been huge in deciding games. But we had to play. I think we had the play call ready. We couldn't get the personnel on the field. Obviously, we got a little rushed, but we had the play called, and we got snapped. I was ready to call a timeout, and then I knew we were going to get it off. But I don't know. That's just kind of a microcosm of how we've been. We just, you'd like to have a little more time to sort through that. But I don't agree. I mean, it's the right decision. I'd go for 2 there every time. You'd always love to call a play that works. But that's stuff we have. We have that stuff prepared ahead of time. Have a couple of them. Coach just picks the one he likes the best. And then, but we had some guy, we didn't have the personnel in the game that we wanted. And that's, again, comes back to coaches. We should have been ready for that situation just because we had already talked about it. Hey, when we score a touchdown, we're going to have to go for 2. And then, we got the ball back. We practiced the 2-minute all the time. Heck, that scenario almost is exactly, we need a field goal. The only difference was we didn't have a timeout, but we had enough time. And then we just didn't protect well enough. And, we'll go back. I don't know if we ever quite got to midfield, but I knew we were close. And at that time I'd already talked to Timmy. I knew what we needed field goal wise. The wind wasn't bad, but we just couldn't get it down there.
Coach, the only other one I want to bring up is back midway through the second quarter after Ryan Miller got called for interference on the touchdown. I think you had the ball like 23 on that play. And then that was Bleeker's only miss, all season. But that was kind of like a golden situation you thought might come back to haunt, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, golly. I mean, it's funny. I was talking to the official. That's a brutal penalty. offensively, defense is a spot foul, and we got a 15-yard, so it was, I guess, first and 25. It's just a brutal. It's just, I don't know. That's just to me kind of how our year has been offensively. It's just doing self-inflicted. And from where I was standing, it was a good call. You can't do that. I'd want it called the other way. But it's just, like I said, just kind of behind the eight ball, all the time. And I mean, Timmy's kicked it well. Obviously, I knew all points would matter. And then, like I said, just discipline. We get a kick block right up the middle, and no excuse for that. I don't care what they line. Just no excuse for that. And and then that came back to get us, because we'd have been kicking. We'd been up 3, and then their kid made a kick. Their kid made a kick. He struggled kicking the ball, and he made a kick. And defense, I wish we'd not let them flip the field or get that, but they got to stop and got us another stop, and so it gave us an opportunity to do it. It's just, had a couple of short fields early, and then, I guess the pick, and then had a couple of them, and then I guess the first bad snap or muff snap, and we just didn't get enough points, in those situations, and that was the difference in the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Braden Gilby.
Hey, Braden. Obviously made another start this week, and I think he had about 10 tackles and a big interception. Obviously things didn't start out well on defense. I thought you made some adjustments and kind of righted the ship there a little bit defensively. What's the team mindset here after a tough loss like this, moving forward this spring? And you don't have a whole lot of games to make up for a loss. What's kind of team mindset going forward?
We just got to look ourselves in the mirror and figure out what we did wrong today. Be honest with ourselves and look at what we could do better in practice, and get better. I mean, I know I could have made a couple more plays in the game that I didn't. I could have put in some more work this week. Everyone could have worked a little harder. I mean, we just got to look ourselves in the mirror, like I said, and get better that way.
As a young linebacking unit, you guys have played really well this first half of the season. Just talk about your teammates around you and what they've been able to do well, and what do you guys think is your strength as a linebacking core as a whole?
Right now, Nikki Kazimka playing next to me. That kid is an animal in the film room. He calls out the play before it's even happening, so I got to give him props. He's out there putting in work, calling out the play before it's even happening. Like, I wouldn't make half the plays if it weren't for him out there with me.